The history of the NFL is told through names. Lombardi, Hallis, Landry, and the likes. Legends standing on each other's shoulders to both build and defend this game we love. It's a responsibility cherished by Pro Football Hall of Famer and our friend Bill Cowher. Coach joins us on Beyond the Booth. Pleasure to sit down with Pro Football Hall of Famer head coach Bill Cowher, and that's still, Coach, how I have to refer to you. I know it probably doesn't get old after your induction here in that sense.
Yes, it does. It doesn't. I just actually got back from Canton. I go out there now yearly for my fourth straight year, and I still sit there and at a table that we have, this Ray Nitschke luncheon. It's just the Gold Jackets are in there. And the Steelers happen to have their own table. So I was sitting there with Joe Green, with Mel Blount, Lynn Swan, John Starworth, Rod Whitson, Alan Faneca, Jerome Bettis, and Tony Dungy joined us. So I said, you know, you sit there, all the guys and guys I grew up watching who had such an impact on the game, I was able to sit there with them and be a part of it, so it was pretty special.
It's an oral history that gets passed down and one that we obviously feel and hear in Pittsburgh always. An exciting season ahead once again. How much in your responsibilities now, do you still keep that one eye on your old home?
Oh, I keep more than one eye. I mean, and I let them know how I feel when I see something. So, I mean, yeah, you know what? They went a little uncharacteristic this offseason. Kind of went out and kind of revamped that roster with a lot of veterans. In the past, it's been done through the draft. And developing players, and so I think there was a sense of urgency in Pittsburgh now that you're seeing that's to another level. And so, you know, hopefully I think the biggest thing for them this year is kind of development of the offensive line. Say what you want, they're young, and they need to be able to keep Aaron upright, and hopefully Arthur Smith can get the running game going. It takes some of the pressure off Aaron. But new receiving core, a couple of Jono Smith was, I think, a great addition to tight end with Frymouth in Washington. So I think there's a lot of excitement right now in Pittsburgh. There's a lot of anticipation and a lot of positive anticipation going into this season.
Well, no matter the line of work, it's always good to keep a couple Steelers around you. That I've learned through experience. One of your old DBs is my guy Bryant McFadden.
Brian McFadden knows something about Super Bowls as well. So he does. He knows what putting together a team's all about.
I do not introduce him without saying the two-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. We'll lead every single Sunday that way. What can you tell me about a 20-year-old, a 20-something-year-old Bryant McFadden? What do you remember of his name?
B-Mac came from Florida State, kind of a swashbuckling corner. I kind of like that, but he was one of those guys that was always interested in wanting to know the little idiosyncrasies of corner. And there's been some great corners that had been there, and you know, even in front of him. And so, you know, we had a group of guys, and B-Mac was a part of that defense with Troy Polamalu and Chris Hope and Joey Porter and Clark Higgins, James Ferrier, Casey Hampton. It was a Deshae Townsend. A lot of these guys are coaching right now that he was playing with was interesting enough. And, you know, Dick LeBeau was our defensive coordinator. I coached the defense a lot. And, again, I go back to B-Mac. He was never a guy that he did what he was asked to do. He embraced his role and played it very, very well. As he'll tell you, an integral part of our win against Indianapolis Colts, a big a game that we won in Indianapolis. That it was a divisional game that led us on to that championship going against Peyton Manning, and they were the #1 seed at the time. So it was a big game. He was a big part of it, and he had a great career in Pittsburgh. He was a good, not just a good player, he was a good teammate. He was one of those guys that he represented what the core values of Pittsburghers were all about. He was confident, he was productive, he was humble.
I'm lucky to have him as a teammate now. All those things reflected in his post-career and what he's still doing in the game of football. Our guy Mac is doing some great things, and I'm going to get that clip to him. He's going to be very happy to hear all of that. Coach, one last one for you here, because it's such an impressive career in this game and all the different roles that you've had, from head coach, now a broadcaster destined for a different Hall of Fame, I'm sure. What do you take away from your life in this game when you reflect upon it? Are there moments, or is it more of a feeling of what this game has brought to you?
It's the relationships that I was able to develop, the core values that you're able to develop when you're being a part of something that's bigger than you. And there's humility that comes with that. There's a degree of sacrifice that comes with that. There's a degree of sportsmanship and being able to bring things together. But there's also responsibility. You know, I think the game of football develops a lot of teamwork, commitment, sacrifice. Again, being able to get up when you get knocked down, because we're all going to get knocked down in life. Be able to deal with adversity, but never lose confidence in who you are as a person and what you're all about. And bringing a group of people together, and I had an opportunity to play, to coach, and to bring men together to a common goal, and to be able to do that. You know, I always said the game of football is not so much about any one game or destination. It's about the journey you have along the way. It's about the relationships that you have, the lessons that are learned, the core fibers that are built inside you because of those commitments that you make, the teamwork, the sacrifice, the passion with which you do anything that you do with it, and you love it. And so I love the game of football. I've been a part of it. It's been so good to me. And at the same time, I feel like I've been a good contributor to the game, and I feel like I'm kind of a guardian of the game. Like, I think all the things it stands for, and sometimes it gets lost in some of the stories that are out there. But it's still a game where, you know what, you put on a helmet, and you're more of a number, you're part of a team. Teamwork is everything, and you embrace your role, and hopefully the collective efforts of everybody can bring you something special.
Well, Coach, we're lucky to have you still busy on Sundays and guarding the game. We appreciate you.
Thank
you, Coach.
Thank you, man.
Man, I'll run through a wall for that guy any day. Friday on Beyond the Booth, it's one of Coach's current teammates. Matt Ryan joins us, talk ball from his new point of view.